Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Hey, Miss Tracy's World. Hey, James. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey, DBZ Nation. What's up? It's a kerfuffle, definitely. How y'all doing this morning? Remember, this is your morning reminder to take your medication. Okay, we had a lot of stuff go down over the weekend. And then we're going to talk about some new things we're going to be doing on the channel for the next however long until we change the content, right? Um, So, Lemon went live over the weekend. We had Ness's situation over the weekend. Uh, you know, I don't know. I wasn't physically there to see what happened with Ness's car. Some people saying like it's the Kia Boy situation where they, go in and break into cars. Some people saying it's fake for cash apps. This is what the streets are saying, not what Charlie's saying. The streets, child, the streets be talking. Now, the I had that happen to me once, something similar. Um, I was taking my son to Le Bonheur Hospital when he had his surgery when he was like 10 years old. He had a surgery or whatnot. And good morning, TSW. And he was having surgery, and somebody tried to break into my vehicle, and it was parked like right by the back door. And they broke into my vehicle. Hold on, I got to tell you what they did. We had some old pizza that we were going to throw away. We had taken it from where we had stayed the night before, and because he had to have surgery early in the morning, right? So we just went up to his surgery. We were going to go down to the vehicle, clean it out, all that stuff. So we had accidentally left that pizza, y'all, in that box in the car, and it had been in the car, y'all, since early that morning, and it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I know that pizza was burnt, y'all, sitting in that hot vehicle all that time. And we were going to clean it out and throw it away and all that other stuff because we had to take our stuff with us from where we were staying, right? And this mofo ate that, drank a hot Pepsi that was flatter than I don't know what, and tried to break into the steering column to get it, because we had one of those. I don't know if you ever seen them Chrysler minivans with the ramp, with the rampart and whatnot. We had one at the time. This is a long ass time ago, with the ramp on it, right? And they were going to try to steal it, I guess, because, hey, Red Wings, good morning. I guess because it was worth money if you pull it across the scales because of the amount of weight that's in it because of the ramp and it being a special edition or whatnot. So they tried to steal my stuff. So I'm not saying that didn't happen to Ness or nothing, because the straights are saying that. But sometimes you can't see right away when they do something like that. Because at first we didn't notice it. But then we did. As soon as I looked really close, I was like, what the crap? The whole bottom thing was popped. It was crazy, child. But they have been stealing these cars recently, and you got to keep an eye out on your Cadillac converter because they've been stealing those. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in New York now are parking their cars. If they have a backyard, they're parking their cars in the backyard to protect them. You know what I mean? So that's a situation that happened with Ness over the weekend. Supposedly somebody broke into her car, either stole something, messed with something. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll say this, girl, if that's happening, keep your car in the back of your yard or something. Do what you got to do, you know. Always make sure you lock your doors. I don't care if you're going in the store for 5 seconds. Lock the doors of your car, okay? Make sure you do that for your own personal safety. I don't care if you live in a place like I live where you can leave the doors wide open to your house. Lock your car doors, because they even had kids around here running around stealing stuff out of people's cars, because people don't always lock their door around here. And yeah, that would be a hard one to steal, wouldn't it? Okay, so on Friday, JC went live, Just Krista, right? Yeah, they are Red Wings. Cadillac converters are easy to steal, but they're expensive to replace. So this is my morning, announcement. Lock your cars up. Pay attention. Put your if you have an alarm, put that alarm on so it'll go beep 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 real loud if somebody even touch your door handle. So that's there are people in the streets that are saying that it's fake. Some people are saying it's real. You know how the streets go over here, like. Everybody's got their differences of opinion, which I agree with. Good morning, Sassy. Thank you for being in the clouds, Boo. And anybody that's in the clouds right now, thank you for being here. Anybody who hit that like button, that share, I want to say thank you to everybody who has supported in any way, shape, or form. Good morning, VS. But yeah, so if you got a car and you know you live in a big city or anything, make sure you turn on that alarm system, okay? I think Ness would have known about her car getting broken into if she had had that alarm. Maybe she was far away and she couldn't hear it. But usually you have to turn those things off. So I don't know why her alarm wasn't set, for it to warn her that somebody was in the car or mess with the car or something. But maybe this will be a wake up call, you know? And they've been saying they've been getting them Kias, man, left and right. Up in Memphis, they had a huge thing about that for a while. Like, you better not even go up in Memphis with a car. I mean, when I went to Memphis the last time, that was over 7 years ago, and they tried to break into my car in the children's hospital in the parking lot with security. They had security everywhere, cameras everywhere. Dude didn't care. Like, he broke in and ate some bad pizza, y'all. I had that pizza in there from 6. We got the pizza the day before, and it was in the fridge, right? And we had to take it out of the fridge because you got to clean out everything before you leave. And we had just left it in the car because we was rushing up to his surgery, make sure he got there on time, registered, all that good, lovely stuff. And then after he got out of surgery, he was chilling in the room. I was going to go down there and clean out the car, throw everything away, straighten up like you always do, right? And because I didn't get a chance to do it that morning. Actually, I had intention of taking that inside, but things happen. Good morning, Montrese. Good morning, the hood table. So I had intention of doing all that, but see what had happened was, in retrospect, we woke up a little late that morning and had to get him in for that surgery early, early in the AM. And so he had his surgery and somebody tried to break into my vehicle. Yeah, I've heard people saying that Kias are so easy to get into. I want to know how they turn off the alarms. Like, I've heard that you can set your alarm on some of them and they can turn them off. I've heard that there's like some people even had the key fobs, and all the key fobs work for every single car. Like, so that's how they were doing it with the Kias, was because the key fobs are all the same or something. I'm like, that's crazy. Somebody could just get in your car and just go away, I'm like, But they had that problem. Yeah, they said they're easy to hack. They had that problem with people stealing Cadillac converters and stuff. And, we was talking about that, Red Wings. They had people, that was a huge problem. That was even down here. But I'll tell you this, in Memphis, they had a problem with that, so much so that I was talking to a friend at the cigar lounge, and we were talking about Memphis, and they had these cars behind, like, it was the workers who worked at I think it was like a Home Depot. Yeah, it was a Home Depot, and the cars were behind a locked gate, like a 10-foot fence, so they wasn't climbing it. And it had the barbed wire and everything, right? And it had one of those little lock pads and everything, right? To where you had to have the code to get in. You ain't getting in there without the code, right? Let's just say that there was some kind of inside job going on, because the fence was not cut. They got in and out of there with the vehicles, right? So somebody had to have given them the code to get in. And they do change that code ever so often, right? It's not like the same code. It's not like you could have been working there a year ago and got the code, quit a year later, go back there and steal some stuff, right? They do change those codes, right? So a lot of people are saying that was an inside job, but they have a lot of vehicles that's been broken into. And then on Friday, y'all, Just Krista went live, and she was reading Miss Tiva, Miss Yaya, Lolo, Tulsa, Queen Sandy, 7 Stars, Brina. She was just going in, y'all. If y'all ain't seen that live from Friday from Just Krista, you might want to watch that. And she did a lot on that live, Now, I seen on Lemons and ODS's where Lolo and JC were trying to have a conversation. Now, I was over there at Lolo's when this, well, not when it exactly went down, but what the part that JC's been talking about. I was in, like, I was on the live, right? So I was up there and everything, right? And I saw, like, what Just Krista was talking about how Lady in the Hour, and you know, she doesn't like Just Krista, and Just Krista was being quiet and didn't say nothing back. I will give that to Just Krista. You know, Lady of the Hour was upset, and like, I'm not sure if Lady of the Hour, if you're here, beautiful, Lovejoy, if you could tell me, like, I had to rewatch Lemons to see the first part of that live because I jumped in a few minutes after, because you know I was jumping around the sector like I always do, right? And I didn't understand like what made Miss Lovejoy mad enough to start going in and going ham on Miss Just Krista, right? I didn't understand like why they started, like, I know that Miss Lovejoy was trying to give her advice, and Just Krista's like, hey, I'm 54 years old, I can do what I want. You know, I don't want your advice, but thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to do what I want regardless of what anybody says, because I'm old enough to make my own decisions, right? Now, I don't know if that is what made her mad, or what made Miss Lovejoy mad, because I'm not in Miss Lovejoy's head, right? I can't speak for her. But I know that by the time I jumped up there, right, they were already going in. Right. I was up there, I was chilling with Lolo, making jokes. You know, that's me. I'm gonna be goofy. I like being goofy. I like making people laugh. That's just me. But I saw that they were just, you know, it was on and it was popping. Lolo was trying to calm it down. Um, but because I think what made JC mad, in my opinion, was and Lolo, you know, I don't know if you saw it from her point of view. I'm talking from both. You did kept saying y'all be good, and I think this is where the kerfuffle happened, right? Because JC was not talking back, right? And even though she could have, and you said that, Lolo, you said, hey, you could have said something back. You could have said something back, because we were trying to chill it out. We didn't want them fighting. And that's another thing that I don't think you saw, Just Krista, that Lolo didn't want y'all fighting. She didn't. She respectfully wanted y'all to get along, right? And that's where her head was coming from. I think Just Krista felt disrespected because Lolo, you kept saying y'all be quiet, but Just Krista was being quiet, you know. And this is nothing against Miss Lovejoy, because I like her. It was just that Just Krista's like, well, I am being quiet. I haven't said anything. But then they did. They you know, they kept trying to have their kerfuffle. You know what I mean? I think, in my opinion, I would have let them have their back and forth. I would have let Miss Lovejoy say what she got to say, get it out, mute up, let Miss Just Krista say what she got to say, mute, get up, then say, hey, now you've had your conversation, you said what you got to say. If it's up and stuck with y'all, please respect my platform and don't be going back and forth at each other. No slick disses, all this other stuff, right? You said what you had to say respectfully. And if y'all want to fight, y'all can do that somewhere else. If you want to say something against each other, y'all can do that. That's what you could have done, maybe. But I will say that I understand where Lolo's coming from, Just Krista, with the fact that she didn't feel like she did anything, because in her mind, you should have went at Lady of the Hour, not her. She was just letting y'all do y'all's thing. She was trying to stay out of it. She didn't want to involve herself in y'all's beef. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got to see, Just Krista, that Lady of the Hour and Lolo actually have a friendship in a way. And so, yeah, does she let Lady of the Hour do things she might not let somebody else? Yes, because they're friends, right? but she did try to quiet it down. She did try to get it to stop. Maybe she misworded it by saying y'all, but she wasn't trying to, she was trying to calm y'all down. That's what I saw. I think it's a kerfuffle. I think that, did Lolo come back and say things like she's going to get lemon with another woman and all this because she was upset by what you said about her on your platform that day on Friday? Yes, because if you noticed, Lolo didn't come out and say anything until after that Friday live, right? And then they had this whole kerfuffle. Good morning, sweet tea. So I think that it's a whole misunderstanding between Lolo and Just Kristen. That may be up and stuck for them. I'm not certain, but I do believe it was a misunderstanding between the two. Now, I know between Miss Lady of the Hour and Just Krista, it's up and stuck. Okay. But, do I think Lolo and Just Krista could possibly work it out? Yes. Do I also think this might cause some tension on Lemon's panel? Possibly. Because they both, are friends with Lemon. They both jump up there and chill together with Lemon. And because those two are not in a good headspace together, it could cause issue. Now, I did watch your live, Miss Just Krista, about how you felt disrespected. I don't know. Is this going to lead you away from Lemon a little bit? Is it going to affect y'all's relationship? That's something that you'd have to tell us. Hey, Cheese Mac. Hey, Zion Movements. It's going to be something that y'all have to talk about. And did y'all hear that Shakim and KRN? Did y'all hear that they've been flirting and Shakim sent KRN some dirty pictures, y'all? And Lady Dimple, shout out to you, love. I know that you hurt right now and you're going through some things because you really cared about Shakim and whatnot. I've been seeing that all over the streets. Shout out to you, sis. If you want to come up here in a little while and clear the air and let people know how you feel, it is open over here. We love you, Dimples, sweetheart. But I believe they can work it out. And that's my opinion, sweet tea. I believe they can work it out between the two. I don't think it's between them. Now, I may be wrong. They may be now because so much has happened. Say it's up and stuck. But I believe them two can work it out. I believe they can have a respectful ladies' conversation, you know what I'm saying, between the two and say what they each felt. Like, I don't think they've told each other, hey, I felt disrespected. Hey, I wasn't trying to disrespect you. I was not trying to get in the middle because I like both of you and I didn't want to do all that. Like, I think if they talk to each other in that format instead of cursing each other or trying to figure out where it started and all this other stuff and just actually said, this is how I feel. This is what I felt like when that happened. You know what I'm saying? I believe they could. I don't believe it's too far gone yet. Now, if it keeps going, it may be too far gone. I will say that. But yeah, I was hearing about that, the dirty pictures, y'all. I was like, ooh, what's going on? And then I think I saw it where Shakim put in his name. He said he was Mr. KRN. I was like, ooh. Uh-oh. Now, KRN, that the street's going to be saying that you could do better. You know that, right? I'm just saying. That's what the street's going to say. Mm-hmm. But that's up to you. If y'all want to have a little thangy thing. And, I think the KRN and Shakim thing is a play. I think that they're doing this for salaciousness. It started with Lady Dimples. What she started feeling upset about with Shakim at first was, he was in Ness's live saying that Ness gave him morning wood. And then the thing, like, if you go back, there's a lot of times, Lady Dimples, don't keep trying to hang on to that man. Don't do it. Now, they say that you was over there at YTC and you was being demure with him. Don't you do that. Don't you humble down to that man, girl. You better cuss him the hell out for all he worth. Don't you do it, Dimples. I have seen you cuss people out for way less. Way less. Way less. You better give him a 2-piece. You better give him a 2, but don't you let that man run all over you like that. Just because you like somebody, you can find somebody else to like. Don't you do that. Mm-hmm. And then they had that live off this weekend, and it was between Lemon and Ness. Now, here's the thing. I don't have no problems with Ness. I don't have no problems with Lemon. Do I hang out more over at Lemon's? Yeah, I do, because me and Lemon are chill. You know what I'm saying? I was up there being the correspondent number lady, pretty much is all I was doing for Jay Dizzle, because, she couldn't look at both lives at one time because it would knock her off StreamYard, versus I have a laptop and I can do that. And I was going to watch both of them anyway, right? To see how it went, because I was going to watch Ness, watch Miss Bizarro. I was going to make sure that I watched Miss Intel. You know what I'm saying? Support. I support everybody. And at the time, I will say, until I went to bed, Lemon was keeping respectably anywhere from 650 to 780 in the chat at one time. And Ness was keeping anywhere from 298 to 390 something, almost 400 at respectively at one time. It was popping up and down like it does, with numbers. Good morning, Miss Tracy. Good morning, Bella. Hey, T Royal Gaming. So it was going up and down. Now, Jay Dizzle has did her little, Lemon won, and Lemon is saying he won. But then people are also stating that there was somebody that stated that Ness's vertical lives have in 3 hours have gotten twice as many numbers as Lemon gets in his 6-hour lives or something, or 3 hours. Now that's what some people on the streets are saying, and then some people on the streets are saying that it was different content. Now I will say Lemon did do something, and Dragons was right on this. He had the OGs on his panel. You know what I'm saying? He had Lady Nika and Tracy and VS, and you know what I'm saying? And he had 3 people that have not been on a platform together in a very long time, like all together at once. That is something Dragon said that is true. They haven't been on a platform together like that in a very long time, if ever, to tell the truth. I can't remember another time that they were all on now, Lady Nika and VS. Yes, I have seen them on platforms together, obviously. But I've never seen that I know of Tracy, VS, and Lady Nika on the platform at the exact same time. I don't think in Beef Sector history that has ever happened. So, Lemon, you can say that for yourself. And then, I know I've never seen y'all on a platform ever together, all together at one time. That is something Lemon needs to say. Hey, he had OGs on his panel all at the same time. Everybody was chill. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was having conversations. Wasn't no fighting. Wasn't no mess. And everybody was just having a good old time. Now, they have been saying that too, VS, that Ness is buying subs views, and the vertical lives, they say that everybody, I've not tried one, but they say that everybody can get that amount on that because there's a lot of people who just scroll through. I'm not sure. I don't know. But verticals have been around for a minute. But it does bring, I will say this about the verticals. It does bring out the trolls. What I have seen is it brings in people like that say, like they'll start saying some really weird crap in chat, and I literally, as a moderator myself, and VS has done them, and other people have done them, and I moderated for them. I've sit there had to block or delete a lot of comments because they'll come in and say some stuff that could get your whole channel taken. They'll be talking about Cootie Cat and all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I have seen that as a vertical thing. Me, myself, and I don't really care about the verticals. I'm just reporting what I see on the streets and what I hear from the others. And then now there are people on the street. Dragons, this is for you, boo. there are people on the streets that are saying, you know, you had that kerfuffle with Lemon where people were saying you were laughing at him, right? At Ness is over there. There are people on the streets that are saying that you were actually talking crap about Lemon in that live, in that chat. Now, I don't know how true or false this is. I did not see this chat, right? So I cannot confirm nor deny. But there are a lot of people that are stating that you were talking crap. So I don't know if you need to clear that up yourself, but there are a lot of people, Dragons, that are saying that you were talking crap on Lemon and it don't look good because y'all are supposedly friends. Now, Lemon himself may not find a problem with that. He may not care. But because y'all are so close, the streets are talking and saying it don't look right. I'm just telling you what I heard on the streets, girl. You know, when you were over there at YTC, I was watching YouTube cameras this weekend. That's what the chat was lighting up and saying. A lot of the chatters were saying that you were in that live talking mess on Lemon. Now, how true or false that is, baby, you and him gonna have to talk about that, and somebody needs to screenshot that chat and see if you did or didn't. I didn't see that chat, so I'm not saying you did or did not. I cannot confirm nor deny. That's what the streets are saying. I'm just putting it out there so other people can go look and see for themselves. And I'm just letting you know that I'm gonna say this: if you get caught up with that, it's gonna cause you some problems, baby. You got to be careful when you like two people and they're fighting. I know that you care about both people, and I know that you don't really want to be involved too much, but being in the amen section can also get you in trouble. Good morning, Lolo. Hey, detached self, myself. Good morning. Being in that amen section can get you in trouble too. I know in the past, me, myself, and I was in the amen section quite a few times being messy myself. I learned my lesson. Somebody got me together real quick, and I learned my lesson. Okay, you got to learn yours if you ain't never been in that amen section before. All of us, I think, have accidentally been in the amen section before, right? You know, and then there was time out on Lemons. You know, I heard this on another one of his lives that Lemon blocked Ness, Tiny Elvis, and Brina. And Brina said that she wanted a baby with Lemon, but then there's like a Lemon saying that Brina said that, and Brina saying Lemon said that, right? So there's that kerfuffle. Like Brina saying she wanted a baby Lemon, and then she said that Lemon said he wanted a baby with Brina, right? So they're saying it against each other. And now Lemon said the way that he could prove that she said it was that in his chat, she had stated that when he came back from visiting her, right, that she would have a baby Lemon, right? Now Brina could have very well been joking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure about that, but that's how he said he could prove that she said it versus her saying that he said it, right? It's a whole kerfuffle. Now Miss Tracy was talking about, and I did catch Brina over there at Miss Tracy's, that she had already met somebody new, and she was fixing to go on a date, and this was the same, around the same. It was about a couple. I think it was trying to figure out which day, but it was basically right after, you know, she said she was done with Lemon. It was literally right after that she had already met somebody new, and they were going to the fair for their first date. And the chat was asking now, you know, I don't get into this stuff, but the chat was asking whether he was a black man or not. And the chat had to ask for a while, and then she finally said, yeah, he is, right? And it was like, you know, that's what the chat was saying, child. That was the chat. And then they were talking about, you know, and I will say, give credit that Lemon said he didn't want to talk about her kid situation, you know, Brenda's kid situation. He didn't want to talk about who got the babies, how many baby daddies. He didn't want to get into all that, because people was trying to talk about the baby daddies again and who got custody of the children and all this other stuff. But Lemon's like, I ain't getting into all that. So regardless if they don't get along, he still ain't, you know, trying to do all that. But then, you know, That's a thing too. Like I will say, the only time I've ever heard Lemon talk about a kid per se was when him and Ness was going on. I think it was just because he was angry and stuff. And I don't know if he didn't really talk about the kid. It was more so he was talking about her. But bringing up the kids at all is a sore subject for some folks. So I don't know how y'all want to take that one, but because Jay Dizzle did bring that up in one of the lives. She's like, how he gonna get onto me? But he did the same thing. But Miss Lolo, I think you and Miss Krista could have a conversation like two grown adults could work this out, unless you think it's up and stuck forever. Hey Tiffany, good morning. Forgot to say hi to you, boo. I'm so sorry. I try to get everybody. I think I did, but my ADHD, blame it on the ADHD. But I was listening to the competing lives, and from a standpoint of a person sitting back looking from both sides, I can explain to you why I think that Just Krista is upset with you and why I think that you're upset with Just Krista, right? And I'm pretty sure I'm right on this, but if I'm wrong, y'all can tell me. Just Krista, I think the reason she's upset with you is because you didn't stop Lady of the Hour and she was trying to be good and respect your platform. I believe that's why she's upset. And then on your side, you're like, well, I wasn't trying to get in it because I respect Lady of the Hour and she's my friend. And I didn't, I tried to calm it down, but, I wasn't fisting drop my friend off my platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's where it came from. And you think that instead of her putting up that live and putting your name in it Friday, that she should have came to you and been like, hey, I felt disrespected this way, but not come at you in the way that you felt she did, because what's between her and Lady of the Hour is not to do with you. But you were just trying to calm it down. You didn't want to get in the middle of it. It's the way I saw it. But Just Krista felt disrespected because you didn't stop it. That's what I feel. And I think y'all could work it out. But I believe y'all could work that out. I don't think it could, I think y'all could fix the situation. I know, Lolo. And I will say that Miss Just Krista, if you wanted to work it out, I believe that what you did Friday about what you did kind of didn't make it any easier for y'all to fix. But Just Krista, you have every right to defend yourselves in ways. I will say that I didn't understand why some of those people got brought up Friday. Maybe you could explain it to me. I don't know what they had been saying. I was trying, some of it I saw the lives beforehand, and so you were just combating what others said. But maybe I missed some things that I didn't see, because sometimes we don't always see everything that goes on in these streets. Oh no, see, I know. But I was just trying to report on the news you can use, child. Lolo was like, whatever. I could do what I want. Sorry about that, y'all. One of my little puppies has been sick, and he's been hanging out with me. And my dad was just trying to get him to take him in there and give him some special food. He's been sick over the weekend, so that's another reason why I hadn't really been on these streets too much. But the weekend's also the time for my husband and my family. But my little puppy been sick. First started out, my one dog was having trouble with her arthritis, and then he started getting sick, so I've been having to take care of him. But I'm just trying to bring the YouTube news you can use. That's right, T-Royal Gaming. Now, I saw Duchess's live this morning, if y'all didn't see it. I don't think it was live. I think it was a video, but it wasn't but 26 minutes. He was hollering at UVS about, where you had Joe Morning live, where y'all were talking about how the sector has changed and how things are happening. And he was talking about, that a lot of the new people are basically regurgitating what the OGs did. And the reason that, it's like, it's not, let me see if I can word this correctly. Okay, he was talking about, where back in the day they used to do stuff, it was different than it is nowadays, pretty much, right? But they're trying to copy what the OGs did, and so therefore it's getting boring in a way, right? But if y'all didn't see Duchess's what's the next line thing Friday, y'all gonna laugh at me, child, because I was showing my age. I was like, who is this person? Like, I don't know them. Or if I did know him, like, he was playing some Boyz II Men, but it was like the really early stuff that I don't remember because I was so young. That's why I sung that En Vogue song this weekend, because it was because of the contest. It got me out. It got me. And then I was over there this weekend on my singing app singing Angel of Mine, because I know that one too. And there's a lot of songs he was playing I had never heard, right? I was like, I don't remember this one. And a lot of those songs, like, I was a baby or really young the last time I heard it, like really young. So I was like, I don't remember this. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of stuck in the 80s category. 80s, 90s, and 2000s, right? Because I'm only 37 years old. So some of those people came out or were singing those songs before I was even a twinkle in my daddy's eye, right? Before I was even ready to be born. But it was fun. Mova was up there. We were having fun. It was just a good old fun time, right? And he said he's going to do it again, y'all. And I can't wait to see what everybody does. I kept blanking. I don't know why. Like, I literally love music to the point that I remember a lot of songs, right? But I kept blanking every time it kept coming to me, even if I knew the songs sometimes, right? And I was like, oh, wait. I know this one. Oh my God, why did it do it to me? And then sometimes when other people would get the song, I'm like, but I know this one. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know the one you gave me. But I mean, that's the way he was doing it randomly. So that would be more fair, right? But it was a really fun time, and I hope he does it again. Y'all would have a good laugh from watching it. We were just having a good old time. Miss Pizarro, Miss Zintel says she's gonna enter it next time, hopefully. And Uppity was up in the chat and she was saying lyrics. I'm like, Uppity, you should have brought your butt up here. You had the lyrics, you know them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should have out, But a lot of people like didn't get their notification until it was pretty much over with, and we were just up there playing. You know what I mean? I did make sure that I told about it, and I tried to, advertise it, but maybe people missed the advertisement of it. I'm not sure. I know that other people were advertising it. And then, Lady Nika said this is going to be the last year that she does the Halloween contest that she does every year. Now, she's going to be doing that on the, and then Lolo's going to do hers on, let's see, make sure I got the right. Miss Nika's going to do hers on the 25th, and Lolo's going to do hers on the 26th. So we're going to have 2 Halloween competitions, right? And one's going to be on a Friday. That's Miss Lady Nika, and hers is going to be on the 25th. And then Lolo's going to have hers on the 26th. So Lolo is doing her Halloween competition. Where people thought she was going to back out. She did not back out. She did it. Now, this next weekend, as long as everything goes to plan, this weekend on the 12th, Creole Butterfly is doing the Loaded Toast Challenge. So everybody can come out this weekend for the Loaded Toast Challenge. Keep your notifications on for Miss Creole Butterfly. Sure everybody does their... If you can, make sure, share it out, tell people about it. Make sure she has contest. Now, I'm supposed to be a judge for this one. And I don't know if ODS going to have to read me again. If you're going to read me again for being too kind, he done said I'm too nice. I don't know how to be mean. I'm like, I can give constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? But I am a little nice. Yes, Lolo, I'm gonna tell you something. That's one good thing about this. She's gonna push you to do your content because all content is good content, right? And she's gonna tell you, don't give up, keep going, you know. And a lot of the OGs will do that to you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell you, don't back away, don't be scared. And I can't wait. Oh, I did enjoy that pizza challenge that ODS did. That was a good one. And that new lady Veronica girl, you need to start coming around and everything. You did a pretty good job, you know. Start entering more contests because you did an amazing job. Like, don't down yourself. You did really good. I enjoyed the impersonation challenge that KRN does occasionally. I love when Pizza does the pop-up challenge. Yeah, this weekend, or was it last weekend, or sometime this, it ain't been that long ago, but it's been a minute. Pizza was supposed to do a pop-up singing challenge, but then that didn't happen. And child, I was ready. I had my microphone. I had what song I was gonna sing. I was like, yeah, I may not win, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, and Miss Tracy's World is doing a sweet potato pie challenge November the 10th. And she's looking for judges, and she's got some contestants. But if you want to be more of a contestant, make sure Miss Tracy's World has it on her community wall. Go over to her community wall, tell her you want to be a judge. She's looking for more judges. So if you ain't never judged a contest, but you want this to be your first time ever judging, go over there Miss Tracy's World's community wall and tell her that you want to be a judge. She's got a post up. Miss Tracy's got a post up about her sweet potato challenge. All right. And if you want to be a contestant, put contestant that you want to be a contestant on there. She's got the rules and regulations, what they're looking for, and everything. So she's got it thought out. It's going to be November the 10th. It's a sweet potato pie challenge. I love my sweet potato pie, y'all. I had to stop. I had to give up pumpkin pie though, and sweet potato pie. Because something about the spices in it make my stomach upset, give me heartburn, and I'm just so sad about it because that used to be my favorite pie. It gives me heartburn nowadays, and I don't know why. So I think that's all we got in the sector news you can use, unless I missed something. And it's going to be 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on November the 10th for the Sweet Potato Challenge. Sweet potato pie challenge on Miss Tracy's World. Now, I'm gonna go over here and grab Miss Tracy's World's link right quick. All right, and we're gonna drop it so y'all can go over there and y'all can check the community wall. She also has, I think, a video up of it right now. What I'm looking at, yeah, she has a video, but she also has right here. It's she's got her little thing. It tells you there's gonna be a 3-hour time limit. Okay. And she said sweet potato pie contest will be November the 10th, 2024 at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. The contestants will have 3-hour time limit. She needs 2 judges voting on presentation. The contestants so far are Lovely Love, Heatwave, TG, Uppity, and the pot is starting off at $50. If you would like to, donate to her pot, I'm pretty sure she's got her Cash App somewhere. Miss Tracy, you could drop your Cash App. Somebody wants to donate to your pot. There's her channel. Miss Lolo, you could pop down your Cash App right quick, which is Lori aka Lolo is her Cash App. For her pot, I think her starts at, I need 150 Lolo. I believe hers is at 150 so far. And then Lady Nika's gonna have her Halloween costume contest, and then Lolo's gonna have hers, and then also Miss Dovey. I don't know if she's canceled or not because she ain't been feeling too well, but she's supposed to be doing her pumpkin carving contest. It's 175 now. Lolo's is now at 175, y'all, for October the 26th. She's got all the stuff on her wall, so I'm gonna make sure that I go over here and go to her channel. Oh, did I just go to channel activity instead of channel? Yes, I did. And we're going to drop her link so you can go over there and look at her stuff. You know what I'm saying? For her contest that she's got going on. Let's see. She's got her little thing up here. It's the second one you see on there. Let's see. I'll share. No, I can't do that because it won't let me share the link. But hers is October 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, strut your stuff in your Halloween costume, and it's at 175 so far. She's gonna drop her Cash App, so if you want to go to, you know, donate to her pot or whatnot, I'm gonna go ahead and share her channel link. You can go over there and look at that if you ain't if you ain't already been over there, but I'm pretty sure. And she said, Lolo said to put Halloween in the memo so she'll know it's for the Halloween contest. Okay. So they have popped down their stuff so that everybody can, you know, do what they got to do. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop this link so I can pin it. Also, I'm going to go over the new content that I was talking about myself for the channel and see what y'all think about it. Where did I just accidentally? Yes, I did, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna believe what I did, but I just exited out of I keep my live up so that I can pin the links and check on the chat and do all that other stuff. And I totally exited out of my own thing. Now I gotta redo that. All right, let me pin this link. Yes, there's a lot of challenges going on. You know, this is Halloween. And during Halloween month, we always have these. Now, I'm not sure if Ness is putting on her Halloween costume party yet or not again this year. I haven't heard anything about VS doing another one. I think that was just VS's one and done and happy fun, but I'm not sure. I ain't heard nothing from her. I don't think she's doing one. I'm not sure. If she does come out with one, I'll tell you. If I hear about Ness coming out with one, I'll tell you. So far, that's the only two I know that are having the costume contest, right? But if I hear of any more, I'm gonna put them out. You know me. So I've got the link pinned, and also I was gonna do something for those that are in Florida right now. I'm gonna had to make sure I have that up there so when I need it. We're going to go to the hurricane tracker right now. There is a hurricane that is supposed to be coming for Florida very soon. So I was going to share that to show where it's going to be. All right. So for Florida, this is the track of Milton right now. It's in the Gulf of Mexico. Okay. They're showing how it's supposed to track right now, right? That is the track that is supposed to hit Florida. Valid at October the 10th. So that's 3 days from now, pretty much, that it's supposed to hit this side of Florida right here. So keep an eye out on your weather, y'all, if you live in Florida or if you're on the Gulf Coast anywhere, because not only is Milton a thing, right? This is hurricane season. So right now, also off to the east, we have Kirk and Leslie. Not sure where they're going to track off yet. They're really far off coast, right? But, you know, that's a thing that we have to keep a lookout for. Because even I, where I'm so far inland, you know, I have to keep a lookout on that, right? Hey, good morning, Miss Tiva, Bird, Miss Pam. I have to keep a lookout for those hurricanes because sometimes they do make it this far inland, and we tend to have the issue where the hurricane itself is turned into a tropical depression by it hits us, but then we also have spin-off tornadoes because of that. So we have those, you know, spin-offs from it. So Milton, if you live in the Florida area, you live on the Gulf Coast, anywhere near the Gulf Coast, pay attention to Milton. Make sure he's not going to change course, because that's the thing about a hurricane. They can change course and go to different areas. Good morning, Miss Bizarro. Y'all make sure y'all be safe down there in the Florida area. Milton, y'all need to keep an eye. But y'all know y'all have y'all's hurricane parties and everything. But Milton is supposed to be making his way over there by, I think, Thursday. Let's see, what day is the 10th? Thursday. He's supposed to be making his way over there by Thursday. And he's going to hit from the left side. He ain't going to hit Miami or the bottom. He's going to hit right in the center of Florida. So, y'all be careful. I know y'all have y'all's hurricane parties. Y'all already know what's up with it. Y'all are used to it. I just got to say be safe because, it ain't no joke. Like we usually get the tornadoes and stuff like that from things like that, and then we have power outages and all that good stuff, and we have flooding from it and everything else. So even though I'm so far inland from the Gulf Coast, we still have to deal with like the after effects of the hurricanes sometimes ourselves, and the storms that pop off of them. Good morning, Miss LaKendra. But yeah, so and Mitri. Mitri, I've been watching how you, DC Kool-Aid, and Jay Dunn been doing the Big Brother thing, and I love that y'all do that. It's on Sundays when y'all do that, right? I believe it's Sundays when they do their they all talk about the Big Brother and what's going on. If y'all want to watch that on Sundays, but they do their little Big Brother thing, and I like it. I go through and I try to like all of y'all's videos and whatnot, and try to give everybody, they thumbs up and they like. Even though it's Saturdays. It's Saturdays. They do it on Saturdays. My bad. Mitri, DC Kool-Aid, and Jay Dunn do Big Brother. They they recap what happened on Big Brother and talk about it on Saturdays. I just want everybody to know that. Now, y'all know that the Hood Table does the Power Book, and there's one more that she does. And, she does her reviews too. And then Mova does his reviews. We got people who do the TV reviews, the news you can use. So I'm trying to make sure everybody got things. But next time you do that singing pop-up challenge, let me know, Miss Bizarro, because you know me, I love to sing, child. I may not win and I may get laughed at, but that don't mean I ain't gonna join, because I love supporting, you know me. And if it's something I can actually do, I will. I'll support, even if I don't win, even if we get a good laugh at it, Oh, for real, Miss LaKendra? Oh, yeah. See, we have that kind of stuff happen. When they see down south, I gotta tell y'all, but it's down south Mississippi. They have one of those what do you call it? A satellite camps, right? And when they do those satellite camps, we have a problem with the jailies running away down south because they don't watch them when they go to work, so they be running away and stuff, child. And then we have to have that thing where they on the lookout for the suspect and they on the lookout for the jail escapee. We have that all the time. But yeah, the suspects, when they had them dogs out and stuff, and then you had the helicopters going. Whoo, you be careful, Mr. Kendra, out there then, and be safe, and let us know if they caught him. Let us know if they caught him. So stay safe out there, okay? But yeah, I was having fun, Miss Mitri. I was having fun. I was over there at Duchess Kelly Love, and we were just getting it, I'll be over there. Very Carey, she does her karaoke nights. Y'all should come over there sometime when Very Carey has karaoke. We be cutting up, we be singing. You know what I'm saying? We just be having a good old time, doing that thing. And then, but as what I was talking about when I was talking about doing new content in the sector for myself, this is just something, I'm going to talk about what happens if anything crazy goes on in the sector so that everybody can get their morning talking on what they see happening and all that good, lovely stuff. But I was coming up with some things like besides just beef sector content, right? And I was thinking, I was like, what can we do that's going to be like for myself that would be something that I like to do, right? And so I was thinking, right? Mondays could be Messy Monday. We can do mysteries. And what I was talking about doing with the moderators where moderators can pop up on the panel and we can have a conversation about what it's like to be a moderator. Could be Mod Mondays, right? So we could cover any of the three. If no mod wants to come up, then we can do some, some mysteries. And then Tuesday is going to be like Topic Tuesday. So I'll put out a post and the subbies and everybody can come up with what topic they want to talk about on Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all don't come up with the topic, we'll figure one out anyway. But that gives y'all a chance to bring up something you want to talk about, right? And then Wellness Wednesdays, where we talk about like mental health, physical health, things that you need to do to take care of yourself. And then True Crime and Trial Thursday, where we're going to be looking over the lady who zipped her dude up in, the suitcase. That's going to be coming up. And then Freaky Fridays, or, Spooky Fridays, something spooky, spectacular. Something like that, just something for good fun. Because we do enough in this sector, just have some fun. Let's talk about other topics, maybe bring it out in the world where, thank you, Miss Tracy. Hey, Foxy Brown, good morning. Yeah, don't let nobody hide in your backyard, girl. Keep your peace on you so you can keep the peace. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. So are y'all thinking, like, with this situation going on with Ness and Lemon, do y'all think that's going to end soon, or do y'all think that's going to go on a little bit further? Hey, Diva Styles, good morning. Like, I don't know if that situation's going to hold out for too much longer. I'm doing good today, Lady Q. My pretty baby. How you doing this morning? But yeah, like, I don't know if that situation is going to keep going. I mean, they have had their back and forth or whatnot. I was over there supporting and everything for Mrs. Intel. Like, I watched the star-studded panel and I was on the other panel. I watched both. Was trying to give, I support everybody, even if y'all don't like each other. Even if you don't like me, I'm still going to support you because that's just the person I am. You said it's going to go through Christmas. Yep. The Hood Table said that they're going to stretch it out until after Christmas, y'all. Then we might get a new storyline. Now, I do know that the KRN, Shakim, and Lady Dimples things, is a thing. Now, I did see it where Dimples started talking about it over there on Pizarro's. It's the first place that I saw it. And then, I did see that... who was it? I think it was Sheffy. Yeah, if y'all go check Sheffy's community wall, she posted something that Lady Dimples had posted about how she wrote something to him about how she feels. I think I think I know exactly where that came from too. I think that came from Lipstick Alley, because you could tell by the way it looks. But she had written something to Shakim, and I want to put this out there. Lady Dimples, if you in the sky, baby, and you got something to say uninterrupted, you want to come up here and you want to, lay it out on the table, how you feel, you more than welcome. You are, sweetie. But I'm going to say this, some people in the streets are saying that you knew better than to trust this lying dude, that he lied. And that you shouldn't have fell for, and then they got that point of, did you ever tell him how you really felt? Like, did you speak to him? Did you say, I like you like this? Or did you just, because you're around, were you just there? Right? Because sometimes people don't get subtle hints. Sometimes you have to tell people point blank. And if you did tell him point blank, did y'all have conversations behind the scenes, or was it just in the morning, like just online? Like, did y'all ever actually get offline and have real conversations with each other? Like where Honest Row and Shakim actually had conversations, and like where Brian and Honest Row actually had real conversations, like they had each other's phone numbers and stuff. Like, did that ever happen? Because I didn't hear that. I didn't hear if Lady Dimples and Shakim actually had behind the scenes conversations. Good morning, Duchess Kelly Love. I can't wait to do another What's Your Line, girl? And I saw your live this morning. I was talking about it. I love how Duchess does the little like skits and everything, because it does remind me of old school Beef Sector. Like, that's one thing I miss. I miss some of the skits and stuff. But do y'all like Lady Dimples? That's like one thing you need to come out here. If Shakim has really made you mad, I know you're not really a content creator, and y'all did have behind the scene conversations, shoot, I'd lay it out on the line. I'd be like, this is what he told me. You know what I'm saying? This is what he told me, and this is why I felt like we might have had, been able to build something. You know what I'm saying? Like, did he actually tell you that y'all could be a thing? Did he lead you on? Like, we don't know that. We don't know if he led you on and held you on a string and, told you that there could have been something when there was nothing. We need to know that. We need to know that. We need to know what's going on with that situation. So, like, I want to know that, Lady Dimples, if you're in the clouds anywhere, I want to know, did he lead you on? Did he, what happened there? And Ness, with the situation of breaking a car, if you got insurance and they did any damage to your car, I want you to know this, that you can quite literally, literally call your insurance company, because everybody's supposed to have insurance now on their vehicle. Call your insurance company, tell them someone broke into your car. Now, you'll have to make a police report that somebody broke into your car, because you have to have that for the proof, right? Or if you already got one, you can call your insurance company and they will pay for the repairs on your car. I don't know if you know that, and this is for the news you can use for anybody. If somebody breaks into your car and you have insurance, right, you have to make a police report for your proof, but you can file it against your insurance. You can. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. If you have limited liability, you can't. If you have full coverage, you can. Let me say it that way, because limited liability only covers if somebody hits you in the butt end or somebody hits you, right? So it's limited coverage. But I would take a look at your coverage details. If you have full coverage on your car, that can be taken care of. Hey, Queen Diva, good morning. And I'll be over there, I'll be over there watching Miss Tiva. And she was over there, I'll be watching everybody. Hey, meow meow. But yes, your insurance will cover a break-in. A lot of people don't know that, and I think it's the news you can use. All you have to do is get a police report, call your insurance company, say somebody broke in your car and they damaged it. But you do have to have full coverage for that. If you have limited liability, like I said, they cover some things and not exactly others. So you have to read your policies. You know what I mean? Now, I will say, Rico, the reason you don't want full coverage on some cars, let's say you got an old beat around that's not in great condition. They're not going to give you the Kelly Blue Book on the car. And what they're going to give you is really not worth it. So sometimes it's better to pay for limited. But now, if you got a good, in great condition car, yes, full coverage all day, every day. But if it's like, let's say you got an old beat up truck that, it literally is on its last leg, it doesn't pay to have full coverage on that. It really doesn't, because you're going to be paying out more than they would ever give you. So, limited liability only hits if you hit someone, or meow, it does also sometimes work if they hit you in the butt end. But yeah, if you got an old junky piece of crap car, look at your Kelly Blue Book value on your car. That'll tell you whether or not it pays to have full coverage or not. If it's an old junker, if you're paying for full coverage, a lot of times they're not going to pay for that car at all. So you're not going to get what you're paying in. But now if you got a newer vehicle or you got a nice one, go for your full coverage because you're going to need it, right? I'm gonna tell you this one. Yeah, a lot of the older vehicles, they're not gonna give you what you need. It depends, you know what I'm saying, on what kind of vehicle. Like, it's like now if your car is an older car and it's an antique, yes, you have to have, I don't know if you know this, but if you have an antique vehicle and you get the antique tag, sometimes you actually have to have special coverage for that car. And you can only, this is what a lot of people don't know between the different tags. I think it's antique and the other one is something else, but you can only drive the car so many miles per day. I don't know if y'all know that, but it has to stay under a certain mileage or something. It's weird how that works, but there's the antique tag and there's another one. And one is if your car is over 20 years old, and the other one's like your car has to be over that. But so you have to really look into some of those. I forgot what that other one is called. Because there's the antique tag, and then they have another one for classic cars. That's the other one. They have one for classic and they have one for antique, depending on how old your car is. Believe it or not, y'all want to make a funny joke? As young as I am at 37, I would be considered a classic car if I was a car. Ain't that funny? Us in our 30s and our 40s, we would be considered a classic car and an antique car. Mm-hmm. That's something right there. You're supposed to, if your car gets broken into, you're supposed to call the popo, make your little report out, right? So that you can have it for insurance purposes. If they do it again, you know what I'm saying? So you have definite proof of what just happened, right? Now, we made one. We had to make one, y'all. Mm-hmm. And that dude tried to break in our car in the dang hospital parking lot, y'all. Tried to mess up the steering column and everything. And thank God it was still drivable, because, like, I was 2 hours away from home, y'all. Like, I was in Memphis, Tennessee. I live in Mississippi, right? So I was like 2 hours from home, right? I was like, oh my God, my child's in the hospital right now. Like, he had to have surgery for his cerebral palsy, right? So he was up in there getting his surgery, y'all. And he had just gotten out. He was chilling. And we went back down to get something out of the car. And my mama said that she was like, the car door, like, we locked the car and everything. And we didn't have, like, okay, this was an older van, so it didn't really have an alarm, y'all. It didn't have an alarm. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't go beep, beep, beep and all this other stuff. It was one of them Rampart Sim vans with the little thing, and we don't have that vehicle no more, but we had it because of my child having cerebral palsy. We had that one because we knew he was going to have surgery, but yeah, child, they broke into, girl, I was up in Memphis, and child, literally right at the back door of the children's hospital, somebody broke into my car and tried to steal it. And I'm like, why would you want this old ugly thing anyway? It ain't even a cute ass vehicle. It ain't like it's a real, not like crazy nice. They wanted it. I'll tell y'all why they wanted it. Because it was really heavy, and if you pulled it across the scales and you sold it for junk, it'd be worth a lot of money because it's got a lot of steel in it, right? Because of the ramps and stuff. But yeah, they totally tried to steal my little junky old, van at the time, child. And I was like, why y'all trying to steal some junky stuff? Like, go steal something pretty. But I ended up talking to the Memphis Popo and all that. And yeah, we had to call the Popo. That they had security. Security didn't see nothing. They had a dude sitting in the little gate, but nobody saw nothing. You know what I'm saying? They was on, I guess they was on wanting to steal something at the time. But you know what else they did? Y'all want a funny laugh? Okay. So we had gotten pizza the night before because my son loved pizza and I wanted to make sure he couldn't eat after a certain time because surgery, right? So I want to make sure he's full. So we got his favorite food. We got him some pizza the night before, right? And you know, when you leave like the hotel, whatnot, or wherever you staying, you got to take everything with you. So we had the pizza in the fridge. So we had to take it out of the fridge. I had put it in the car. I totally forgot about it being in the car because we went in for a surgery early that morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Right? It was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the. I think it was 5 o'clock in the morning, and he went in at like 6:37. So I didn't get back to the car until like 12:30 or 1. I was supposed to clean out the car. That's why another reason why I was going down there. I was going to clean out the car, throw everything away, you know, take it to the trash, whatnot. That dude had ate a piece of pizza that was in that hot ass vehicle for that whole time. Y'all know he got the shits. Y'all know he got the boo-boos. Y'all know he had that bubble guts. And then he drank an old nasty Pepsi that had been in the car for like a whole day that I was gonna throw away. And I'd taken like 2 sips out because I don't really like Pepsi, but it was the only thing they had. So I drank like 2 sips out of it and I left it in the car. And he drank that stuff. I'm like, you know, he gonna have the boo-boos. He gonna have food poisoning. So even though we never caught the guy who did it, I know he got his just desserts, y'all. Mm-hmm. He got food poisoning. So I know he was on that toilet for a little while. So he may have thought he was doing something evil and bad to somebody. He got shit, y'all. So karma still got him. He thought he was gonna be funny and break into somebody's stuff, but karma got his ass. So he got his just desserts back. He did. He straight up got his just desserts. He got the boo boos. I wonder how long it took for for it to kick in. Was he walking down the street when it happened? Because that would have been even funnier. Just walking back in with get bubble guts and go because that was a those it was the where they have all the meat toppings and stuff. And once that meat topping get high and it stay in that car and it get all messed up, that's gonna give you. It wasn't even a Supreme; it was a Meat Lovers. So that got him. Y'all know the Meat Lovers got him. And I wish I'd have had some Taco Bell up in there because that really would have got him. I mean, he got his. Well, the hospital's over there in downtown Memphis, so it's right across the street, right across from the Le Bonheur Hospital is literally a gas station that they will tell you don't go to. That gas station's rough, and it's right across the street from the Children's Hospital. That part of Memphis they'll tell you is rough. The downtown area, Memphis is the Le Bonheur Hospital ain't but it's like a couple blocks away from Beale Street. They'll tell you it's pretty rough over in that area. What? Them meatless burgers ain't got no human meat inside, Rico. You playing. You crying. I don't be eating no I ain't eating no vegan burger. Y'all can keep y'all's veganness. If I was to go vegan, I'm just gonna go vegetarian. I can't go completely vegan. Let me explain to you why. I love eggs and cheese too much, and milk and dairy products and ice cream and chocolate. And I'm sorry, but I can't do it. I'm weak and I am a meat eater. So Rico, you saying that them vegan meatless burgers got human meat inside them? Child. I'll do some research, child. But that is some Mystery Monday stuff. The mystery meat. We can call it Mystery Meat Monday. I swear to God, that's me. Now, Rico, okay, I was going to ask you, okay, I saw your post the other day. I didn't get to watch your live because I was doing stuff, me and my man. But see what happened was I saw where you was mad at Lemon. I was like, what happened? And then Odious was telling me it was something from a while back that I didn't remember. And so he had to smack me upside the head, child, because I thought something new had happened that I had missed. Like I thought it was something. But yeah, I'm sticking with my beef, child. I need my real meat. I ain't doing that fake stuff. Child. Because you'll never know what they putting in it, and even then, I'm careful on what place I go to. Like, I ain't getting my meat from certain place because they be having. Okay, y'all ever watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre where that dude was making the chili and he put human meat in? That made me scared to go over there and eat something. Like, it made me for a while where I was even scared to go out to eat and eat places. I swear to God, I was like, y'all better not ever give me no mystery meat, or we're gonna have I'm a swear to God, we're gonna have an issue. Hey, Nene, truly blessed. Hey, Beauty. Hey, Grace by Shay. I don't know if I said hey yet, but I'm trying to say hey to everybody. Okay, so I don't want no mystery meat. And sometimes those scary movies be making me not want to go out to eat. And then that one movie about the water, I didn't want to drink water for a while. I was scared taking baths, y'all. Like I still did it, but I was still scared, child. I was still scared. What's that one that I can't stand? It's the one about where they got the water and the dude falls in the water and it's sickening. They dude was putting his finger in old girl and then he realized he was that movie I'm gonna come off the porch if they feed me some nasty stuff. I'm gonna jump off this porch. They ain't gonna like it if they feed me some Oh no, see, Nene, I'm that person that's gonna be screaming at somebody. Why the heck are you running down in the basement knowing you can't get out? See, I love scary movies, but I always call out the stupid stuff people do. But here's the thing, right? If they didn't do stupid stuff in a horror movie, would it really be a horror movie? Because half the stuff you could say, well, if yo stupid didn't go over there, then you would be okay right now. Why don't you just leave? Why don't you just run? Like, why you just sitting there? Why you fall like that? Why do the white women always fall and break their ankle? That's the part that kills me. And then they go, oh my God, he's gonna get me. Like, I want to know, why do white women always fall and break their ankle and always screaming and stuff? I'm like, girl, don't be trying. You know what I'm saying? And why do people always want to go into the basement where they know they can't get out, or they go upstairs and then they try, like they doing stupid stuff. Like, how can you not run from Michael? Yeah, running and looking back. Why? Now, if you run, I'm running. We both running together. I don't even know what we running from, but I'm running with you, and then we'll figure out what's going on later. But if I see you take off running, I'm gonna take off running. And if you see me running, you better take off running. That I know there's always a lot of whys. Like, why did you do this? Are you dumb? Like, you just touched a book that literally was made out of human skin and read from it. Why would you do that? Why would you even touch that? Why are you messing with those freaky dolls? Take your butt on somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just I want to curse them sometimes. I want to curse them. I want to curse the horror movie. Like, I am that person that you may have to put your hand over my mouth at the scary movie that I'm gonna talk back to the screen. Okay. And then there's another thing about movie. I watched the worst low budget movie I have ever seen in my entire life on Amazon Prime Videos. It was called Cupid. Okay, these were supposed to be teenagers in this movie, and they looked like they were in their 40s. The teachers looked like they were in their 80s, and this one girl had a crush on the teacher, right? And she thought she was talking to the teacher behind the streets, right? Like on her cell phone. And it was this other girl that was texting her. And these supposed teenagers looked like they were in their 40s. The Cupid monster looked stupid. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm still mad. I ain't gonna say too much about it. I'm still mad at the latest Jeepers Creepers movie because it was messed up, and I love Jeepers Creepers, and they tried to mess up my whole favorite movie. Those were whole grown people. They wasn't no teenagers. I'm like, y'all look like y'all in your 40s trying to play teenagers. That movie, I wish to God I could sue them and get my 2 hours back for that movie. I hated that movie. Good morning, the Beef Sector Podcast. We talking about horror movies right now. But oh, then that's like if you watch the Michael Myers ones, right? And the other ones, why they always falling? They can't never get away from him. He just walking. He's literally walking. Bruh, I would be gone before you could even get down the street. I got a car too? Like, Oh my God. Okay. The freakiest clown movie, everybody says it's it. No. If you want to see the freakiest clown movie that was made way back in the day, it was Clowns from Outer Space. That was the name of the movie. Okay. They were turning little kids into ice cream for some reason and eating them. Okay. That movie is freaky. Okay. When it comes to clowns. And then they got this, they got some of these newer ones where like, what was that? It was actually, what's the name of it? Something House. It's a low budget, but it's actually pretty good if you watch it. Horror House. Dang, what's the name of that one? Where me and my husband are actually waiting on the next one to come out. They have 2 of them so far. They're supposed to have a third one. What's the name of that movie? Oh crap! I like that movie. It was actually pretty good. Hell House LLC. Thank you. Hell House. Okay, if y'all ain't seen that one, that was actually pretty good because they got like these freaky clown people that are like they like get up and start walking and looking at you and shit. That one's actually pretty good. Little freaky. I can't wait for the next one. I don't know why they always fall and busting their ankles. Yes, it is, Rico. It's in Indiana. It's actually a good one. If y'all ain't seen it and y'all like horror movies, at first I thought it was gonna be janky, right? But it wasn't that bad actually. It was actually pretty good. The storyline and stuff behind it. Yeah. That's the one where they put them in pods and did that weird stuff and stuff like that. Yeah, it was like when we were in like first grade, second grade, or something like that. Y'all want to know the first movie I ever saw in theaters? It was The People Under the Stairs. That was the first one. You know, The Boys Under the Stairs, People Under the Stairs. That was the first movie I ever saw in theaters as a kid. And we had a tornado that night, and they had to pause the movie and then restart it. So we got like free drinks and free snacks and stuff. But if y'all ain't seen The People Under the Stairs, that's an oldie right there. That one was a little crazy for its time period. The brother and sisters was yeah, they were, it's got incest in it and murder and craziness and yeah. Oh, Killer Clowns from Outer Space has a video game now, y'all. Ain't that something? I gotta get me a drink of my coffee. Did y'all remember to take your morning medicine this morning? Because you know I gotta do my reminder. Yeah, it's The Children Under the Stairs. Yeah, that one right there. That one was crazy. Um you think you're going in on a different kind of movie and then you watch it and you're like, what? Now I will tell y'all, Children of the Corn. I know somebody who's actually afraid of that movie, and my mama used to intentionally play that movie to scare them. Because you know that's all we got down here is cornfields. Now the remake of Children of the Corn was okay. It wasn't bad. They did change it a little bit from the past. I will say the remakes for they did remakes for the Pet Cemetery. The Pet Cemetery remakes are okay, but the original Pet Cemetery, that little boy was freaky. I would have football kicked that little boy. There ain't no way that little boy would have got me because I would have football kicked that little boy through the window. I'm just saying. Like he what, 2 foot something? I'm gonna kick him through the window. I'm gonna kick him square in the face. If y'all ain't seen Pet Cemetery, I'm gonna tell you something. The first and the second one of the originals was freaky. Now the remake is good. Don't get me wrong. They do change the story though. That's the only thing I'm gonna give you a hint on. They do change it. Now I like the prequel one very a lot because that's something new that they never did. And I've seen every single Children of the Corn, y'all. My mama is a horror junkie, so I've seen every horror movie you can think of. Very few have I not seen. I've been recently been watching the more low budget ones, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Sometimes I find them funny. Those real bad low budget ones, sometimes the camera angles and all that stuff, I literally make fun of them and think they funny. I'm still mad at the one that they made for though I am very upset about that one. Now, if y'all ain't seen the new Wolverine Deadpool, it is supposed to be coming out this month to streaming. Y'all need to watch it. It was actually really good. If you don't like horror movies, you know what I'm saying? You like rom-coms and stuff like that. But yeah, the one that they did with Jeepers Creepers, the new remake, or supposed to be like still sent, I do not like it. I do not like the Jeepers Creepers that they did. The creeper didn't look as scary as he usually does. It's already out for digital purchase, like James said. The Wolverine and Deadpool, if y'all ain't seen it, it's really good. It is if you like Deadpool and you like Wolverine, it's a nod back to the fans, in my opinion. We're supposed to have a conversation with that, me and Miss Hazel Diane, about the movie because I did watch it. I loved it. It was awesome. But they are supposed to do, it's already out for digital purchase, and they're supposed to put it on Disney Plus release later. So just to let y'all know, because I'm probably going to rewatch that movie. It was so good. Yeah, a lot of the movies for me aren't scary per se. I think the only one I was ever scared of as a kid was a movie. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it. It was called Ticks. Let me explain to you why. The ticks themselves were not scary. Okay, there was some redneck in the backwoods growing marijuana, spraying chemicals on the weed, and that it got mixed with the oil from the generator that was keeping the greenhouse warm and all that, and keeping the lights on in the greenhouse. Tell me that couldn't happen. Y'all tell me that couldn't be some dumb redneck in the backwoods right now growing some Mary Jane, spraying some chemicals, and cause some kind of animal to disforminate itself and get like, You know, there's some crazy ass rednecks around here that could do some stuff like that. No, baby. I don't need, there could be some crazy rednecks around here growing some Mary Jane. It can mix with some stuff, and then the ticks start deforming and getting bigger and eat us all. No, ma'am, no, sir. There could be some crazy rednecks doing that, and that could absolutely happen if you think about it. If they mix the correct chemicals, right? And there could be some crazy redneck that does that. So that's why that scary movie got me as a kid, y'all. And now I love The Shining. I love The Shining. Now, when I was a kid, you want to know what movie scared me when I was real little? It was that one. And then for some reason, for a while, the original Leprechaun, I was scared to walk around vehicles when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Like I was scared he was going to reach out and grab my leg from under a vehicle. I don't know why. But I was scared. But I do love The Shining myself. Like that's actually one of my favorite. I've seen almost every version of it. I actually went to and seen the house from what was the name of that the one that's in New York, the house that's in New York. You know the horror movie about the guy who murdered his whole family and whatnot, and then he basically Amityville, thank you. I actually went by the Amityville house, y'all, and I could have stopped and took a picture, but I was like, nah. I saw it, I waved at it, I said hey, I said bye, and I went on about my business. Um, a lot of the movies don't get the actual picture of the area correct. I will say that. A lot of the Amityville movies, like the one they did with Ryan Reynolds, that looked like a place that was in like North Carolina or something. That is not what Amityville, New York looks like. If you ever go through in Long Island and go through Amityville, and the house, they have changed a little bit of it to try to, because here's the sad part, right? Do you know how many people have like went to that house, taken pictures, bother those people? Now they say that ain't nothing else happened since, all that went down, right? They say that it's been quiet, nobody else has had any things, right? So some people think it's a hoax, some people think it might actually be haunted. But that's where I'm saying it comes down to personal belief. The movies hype it up, but the people who have lived there for the last 20, 30 years said ain't nothing else happened. Now they did say they had the house blessed, but at the same time, a lot of people saying the guy literally, yeah, the house is still up, Mitri. Amityville house is still there and everything else. It's, um, and then, some people saying that stuff still goes down there. Some people saying it's not, but the house is still up there. They just, they did change or try to change what the house looked like so that many people couldn't find the real house, because a lot of the houses around there do look a lot alike, because they were all built during the same time period, right? So they did try to change it a little bit on the outside to try to make it to where it doesn't look exactly like it did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. James said that next time he's in New York, he'll do a reel of the house, like, take a video of it or whatnot, or pictures and whatnot. But the house is still there. There's people who've lived in it now for 20 some odd years, 30 years. They bought the house, and they say since the secondary family moved out and said they saw stuff, nobody else has really reported anything. But you know, they have problems with people going out there every Halloween and everything else because of the movies, right? But a lot of the movies don't portray the house to what it really looks like. Like they don't portray the area either, right? Because they put like mountains in the backgrounds and all this other stuff. And yes, it is close to the water. You know what I'm saying? It's right off one of the bays or whatnot, but it's not like they be showing it in the movies. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and then there's a house in Seaford, New York that partially inspired the Poltergeist. That's true. That's true. They did. They partially, inspired the Poltergeist, y'all. That little Carolyn. That shit was. That kind of reminds me though, Family Guy, where they made the funny where Stewie was in the TV and he started doing the "Do you remember? Don't worry." I was like, I would probably do the same thing if I was in the TV trying to make some kind of music. And yeah, I would be the dumb one. And Massapequa has the witch house. And it's all black and has a red sidewalk. That's what James said, y'all. They had the witch house in Massapequa. Did I say that right? Because I'm country. Oh, they say it's inhabited by Satanists and that rituals happen there. Oh, Lord, sweet baby Jesus. That may be something on Freaky Friday that I look into for my New York people is the witch house, because that's actually a pretty good one for my Freaky Friday. That is true, Rico. A lot of movies do sensationalize things to make things look a lot better. And a lot of times, yeah, Rico, back in the day, they would say people was witches and do all that, and they wasn't really witches at all. That's the thing with the Salem witch trial. If we really look into the Salem witch trial, right, the trials and whatnot, a lot of innocent people were killed back then. If like a woman disagreed with her husband, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she must be a witch. If she was reading a book and could actually read, she's a witch. I'm like, just because she could read a book, child, I wouldn't make it in those times. I'm too opinionated. I got a big mouth. I read. Yeah, no, I couldn't make it back in those times because can I be, understanding to my husband? Yes. But can I also be a big mouth, loud mouth southerner? Yes, also. So I wouldn't have made it back in them times. Because I talk too much and ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. So back in those days, I wouldn't have made it. I'm too opinionated. I am. I'm too opinionated to make it back in those times. That's another thing, Rico. A real witch back in those days wouldn't have got caught. They'd have been too smart. So like, they were basically doing that. I'm gonna say this also. They were doing that to hurt women who the husband wanted to get married to somebody else because he was a hoe. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You think it's just a house owned by mostly a goth couple. That's also true. That could be the thing about the witch house. Because here's the thing. Let me tell y'all what had happened was. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. I was in high school, right? And there was this dude who was trying to hit on me. Okay, so for Halloween, I never did this any day of the week. For Halloween, I literally put on black lipstick and eyeliner. Me and my friends were doing like makeup and from like the movie The Crow, right? And so for the dudes, we were doing the Crow look, and for us girls, we were just doing black lipstick, eyeliner, and black fingernail polish, right? And we did that at break. We were just playing around. All right. So I come back in for break and I go to like third period, right? Okay, I gotta tell what happened. And there was this boy who like tried to hit on me, and I told him I ain't like him like that. Well, because I said that, right? I ain't like you like that. He tried to say I was a witch, I was this, I was the next thing, because I, had on black lipstick and eyeliner for one time out of thing. Then, girl, let me tell y'all what he did. Let me tell you what he did. Because okay, I maybe shouldn't have had done this, but I was mad. I outed him. Okay. So, I did. I told him, I told him what he was, I did. I did something mean and I shouldn't have done it. But I told him that nobody liked him anyway because he was gay and none of the girls liked him. And I shouldn't have outed him being gay. We all knew it, but I shouldn't have said nothing. And I apologize now that I'm older. But when I was young, I was hot-headed and didn't think about things, right? And now I feel bad about it. But I don't really feel bad about it because I don't like him. But I feel bad that I outed somebody. If it had been anybody else. Anyway, I didn't like this boy. So then, because I did that, he went to the principal, y'all, and said I tried to make a bomb threat on my school, y'all, knowing I ain't never did that a day in my life. And then the principal called me in the office, right? And I'm like, nah, first off, why would I do that? Like, I got friends here. I'm not going to hurt my friends. That's stupid. Secondly, I actually like this school, so why would I do that? But y'all, yeah, just because I ain't like him and didn't want to be with him. And I did say some mean, hateful things to him. I really did. Like I read him for filth. I read his whole life for filth because he made me mad and he shouldn't have made me mad. And my crazy side came out and maybe I shouldn't have done it. But, he should have left me alone. So, I did do that. So I do apologize for outing him. I shouldn't have done that. Like we all knew it. He just wasn't wanting to come out and say it. But he was trying to I think he was trying to get me to go out with him to be his, as they say nowadays, beard or something. I'm not sure, but I said some really choice things to him afterwards. So like after he said, well, I didn't like you anyway, you fat. Why do they always go to fat B? if you turn them down or go to something real negative at you when they was the ones that hit on you first. But anyway, so yeah, that's what had happened. But he called me a witch and all this other stuff, saying I practice black man. I'm like, child, you don't know me like that. You don't know me like that. But no, I was up in the principal's office because of him. Like, he got so mad, y'all, that he turned me in to basically the school popo. The school popo, we're gonna say it that way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make up a lie because I wouldn't, because I called him out, and he was being a D. So, he didn't like it. He couldn't take what I said to him, and he couldn't say nothing back. All he kept saying back to me was that you a fat B. I'm like, is that all you can say? I read him so bad the other kids was going, ooh, she got you. And he got so flabbergasted that he couldn't say nothing back, and he shut up, right? When you read somebody back for filth and they shut up, they can't say nothing else to you because you done got them so bad that they blank, right? That's what had happened. And so I thought it was over with. And then I got called into the principal's office. I'm like, what? Anyway, they do have a hearse in the driveway, so it's kind of on the nose. And if they drown, then they aren't a witch. Makes sense. Yeah, that's another thing that they say, is that if they drown, then they were never a witch. I'm like, huh. Yeah, you're literally hurting people though to prove if they are or aren't. I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, he was insecure, Rico. He was insecure. But no, yeah, I have some mysteries that I pulled up for next week, and I am gonna put a post out for next Monday, to where Mod Monday. If any of the mods from any other camp or any place want to have Mod Monday next week, I am going to put that up there during coffee conversations, or if they want to do it at a different time frame on Monday, or any day of the week. I would like to have that conversation with the mods though, for reals though. And because here's the thing, a lot of us people who moderate, right? And I'm talking about mods. Some of us mods have turned into content creators, but a lot of mods are not, and they never get to have their voice heard, right? I want those moderators to be able to have their voice heard. They get accused of a lot of things, hear rumors about themselves. I know I have. You get people will dox you, mess with you, block you out of other chats just because you moderate for somebody that somebody else doesn't like. So what I would like to do, and this is a shout out, and I hope that the other mods hear this, I'm going to put a post on my community wall. Any moderator that would like to participate, please hit me up, let me know on the community wall. And that goes for even mods who think I don't like them. I don't have a problem with nobody. So I would like all of the mods to have equal say. And I want to turn it kind of into a show. So let's say we do 5 mods this week and you're not available this week, so you want to do next week, then we can do that, right? I believe it'd be a great energy and a great thing to do. So the moderators have they say, y'all, we got a guest backstage. And I don't know why it's not showing up my thing. Y'all know I got to put it on this way.
Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love.
How you doing today?
What's going on, Charlie? Peace and blessings.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing, the moderator thing and talking about the different content we fixing to do besides just the mess. We're going to have the mess. We ain't getting rid of the mess because people love their little recaps, right? But we're going to have a mess, a message with the mess. We're going to deal with different things so we don't just deal with one thing.
Indeed. Well, you mind if I do my intro?
I don't mind.
Peace and love, peace and love. This your boy, Conscious Energy, speaking to you with the spectacular vernacular, doing it all legal so I can fly like an eagle. Charlie and everybody in the chat room. I'm sending everybody tons and tons of good energy. Take that, take that, take that. On this beautiful Monday, we just, woo, breathing in that good air. Well, you know, Charlie, man, I'm sitting back listening to the live stream, and I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more that sometimes we have to allow even the trolls to have a voice, you know? And it reminds me of a story, you know, back when I was first started doing YouTube. You know, I've been doing YouTube now for probably about 4 years. And I come to realize that the people in the chat room, the trolls, the content creators, even the ones that don't like you, we are all intertwined. We're all intertwined. Go ahead, Charlie. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Oh yeah, we are all intertwined. Here's the thing. I enjoy a lot of our trolls. Like they make me laugh. You know, like we have ones that come up with their names like off the fly. Like let's say me and you had a kerfuffle, right? And you called me Big Toe Charlie or something, right?
Oh,
Some
Lord, not a
troll,
kerfuffle.
some troll would come out with a troll page that says Big Toe Charlie, and that would be hilarious, and I'd be laughing. Like they had the Lysol wipes for your face one time, and there's a couple more that you know that it's just their names. They come up with them off the fly. They're hilarious. I had somebody come in mine a long time ago and said, this is not a troll, but it was literally a picture of a troll, an actual troll from like a horror movie.
Yeah. Well, you know something, Charlie, you know, it's interesting. Have you ever seen any of my merch? You ever seen any of my It's Kerfuffle merch? You ever seen it?
Yeah, I saw it. Remember you shared it to me and I shared it out for you the other day.
Yeah. I put the link in your back chat. You know what I'm saying? You want to drop it for the family. If anybody want to get them a It's Kerfuffle hat, shirt, coffee mug, turtleneck, hoodie, man, y'all click that link, man, and help your brother CE out. You know, Christmas coming up, and you're going to need something to keep you warm big time. And we got something for you for $9.99. You know what I'm talking about? It's all good, Charlie.
Hey, Demon. So yeah, I got you. You know how it go. I'm searching right now. They're supposed to start the trial, I think tomorrow, Jay Dunn on her. The lady who did the suitcase thing, I think it's supposed to be on the 8th. If I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure I'm checking that date again for you. Jury selection was initially set to begin on October 7th, but a hurricane in the forecast prompted the courthouse to close, and proceedings will be postponed until October 14th. So we're looking at the 14th now for that, Jay Dunn. That's why you haven't found it. It was supposed to start today, but because of the hurricane that happened, it's they're gonna start jury selection on the 14th. So we may be it may be a week off or so because of that. Let me go ahead and I'll drop this link for you. If anybody wants to, y'all can hit up Conscious Energy with his stuff. Y'all know that I promote everybody because that's just me. Hey, Demon. So, but yeah, I looked it up, Jay Dunn, in the Florida versus Sarah Boone case. It has been pushed back because of the hurricane. And, you know, they also have Milton coming up. So I don't know if that's going to push it back anymore. Milton's supposed to hit Wednesday. So that on the 9th, he's supposed to hit Florida on Wednesday. So if anybody's in Florida right now, make sure y'all keep an eye on y'all's weather.
Can I add something to that too, Charlie, about the hurricane?
Yeah.
And you know something, Charlie, it's sad. It's a sad kerfuffle. The whole situation's going on with the hurricane. You know, a few days ago we had Hurricane Hella hit, and it ravaged Florida. It ravaged Tennessee. It ravaged North Carolina. It ravaged Georgia. It ravaged certain parts of Alabama. We had folks on the rooftop family. Helicopters had to come down and help these people. We have folks we still got folks without water. And you know something, Charlie? I'm a hurricane survivor because I live in Houston, Texas. And we didn't have several kerfuffles, Charlie. All kinds of hurricanes. We had one last month that hit us. We didn't have power for almost a week and a half. A lot of folks longer than that. So, you know, it's a tragedy. It really is a tragedy because it's nothing worse than a storm. I don't know if you ever been in a hurricane before, Charlie, but see, when the wind hits you and you ain't prepared, you ain't got no you ain't bought no water. No, that's why we all family. I know a lot of y'all worried about the election coming up. A lot of y'all worried about, you know, everything that's going on, but you need to prepare, family. Even if you're not in a hurricane area, you need to go out to the store and get you some water. You need to go out to the store and get you some perishables, get you some bananas, get you some fruits, get you some canned goods, get you some noodles and soups and put them up in your cupboard because you don't know, Tyra, when something bad gonna happen, y'all. Go ahead, Charlie. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Now we have even though I'm really far inland, been hit by a few hurricanes where I live in Mississippi. We got hit. The hardest one that ever hit us was when Katrina hit. The whole back of my roof at my old house got messed up. Katrina was the roughest one that ever hit us. Now this last one, when she hit, my power went out for quite a few hours. We had a lot of the rain. What we have a problem with me being so far inland is that we don't just get the hurricane or the tropical depression, we get tornadoes on top of that. So a lot of times we have to deal with the tropical depression and tornadoes.
Katrina was bad, Charlie.
Oh, she was a bad one.
Charlie. What Katrina did to New Orleans, and I think this was probably what, 2001, 2002, if I'm not mistaken, when Katrina hit, or 2003.
I'd have to go. Let me see.
I'm at to Google that when Katrina hit, but I know it was sometime 2003, 2004. But Katrina was bad, man. We had folk from New Orleans, and you know, I'm right here in Houston, Charlie. So all the folk that was affected by Katrina, all them folk in Louisiana and Mississippi and Arkansas, they all came to Houston. And I never forget.
It was 2005.
I never forget because, you know, Louisiana and Texas is connected. I know I got family that live in Louisiana. I got family in Lake Charles, Lafayette, Baton Rouge. I got family out there in New Orleans, all up in there. And so when Katrina hit, and the way that it did the whole city, man, we had an influx of people, you know, because it was so much kerfuffles going on after Katrina, because all the folk from New Orleans started to come to Houston. And it was a whole lot of tension that was going on, you know, as time went by, because, you know, everybody was trying to, you know, coexist with each other. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, but since then, you know, all them folks who came from New Orleans, they didn't, what you call the word? They didn't integrate it. They integrated with us. So it's almost like the folk from New Orleans is Houstonians now. You know, you can't tell the difference. You know, then you can tell somebody from New Orleans because they got an accent. You can't hide that Louisiana accent. So, you know, but yeah, man, the Hurricane Katrina was bad, Charlie. Go ahead.
I know. We had a lot of people come up from Katrina. Most of our hotels offered free stay for them. So all of our hotels were like full of people. You know, we had people that came up here and they stayed. I know a lot of people that was from New Orleans and, you know, and Lafayette and all that. I actually had people who lived over that way. You know, it was rough. And even when she hit here, she did a lot of damage. And so you can only imagine, if I live so far inland, like I'm only 2 hours from Memphis, right? So I'm far inland, like I'm 4 hours from Jackson. So I'm up there in the north.
You in Mississippi, right?
Yeah, and we had it that rough.
Now I've been all through them woods in Mississippi. I've been up through Biloxia, Hattiesburg, Jackson, Mississippi. all up in there. So are you closer to Jackson, Mississippi than you is Tennessee?
No, I'm closer to Tennessee than I am to Jackson.
Oh, okay, okay, I know where you at.
I'm up
Okay,
in
go
the
ahead.
north. I'm up in the north. So if she hit the North Mississippi that hard, you can only imagine. And she had done turned to a tropical depression by the time she hit us, right? You can only imagine because she's got to go across the Mississippi River, and a lot of people don't know this. The reason the storms don't get so bad in Mississippi, but they hit Alabama so hard, right? When it goes across the Mississippi River, it loses a little bit of its well, not with a hurricane, but with a regular, tornadic activity or something, it loses a little bit of its get go. But then when it hits back land, right, it starts to reformulate and get tougher. Now, when Katrina hit, she was rough on us. We had flooding so bad that I had a lake in my backyard. I still own that lake. I thought my lake levee was going to blow. I really did. And I was worried about the people who lived in the bottom down there because if my lake and my lake's like 2.5 acres, right? If it was to blow it and then you had the people, there's another lake below it that's smaller. It's a little pond.
All right. Hey Charlie, I gotta take care of some business. Hey, I hope you have a good live stream. Thanks for allowing me to talk, and peace and blessings to you. And you have a good one. All right.
You too. Bye, Mr.
All
Conscious.
right.
We get another guest. Hey, Mr. Beasley.
Good morning, Miss Charlie. How are you?
I'm doing good. We was talking about the hurricanes and the one that's supposed to hit Florida again. They got another one, and it pushed back the trial for the lady who zipped her husband up she put him in the suitcase, and that trial was actually supposed to start today, but it's not going to start till next week because of the hurricane situations.
Yeah, I was listening to you a little earlier. You were talking about like haunted houses and stuff, and I just turned away for a moment because a little bit too early in the morning to start thinking about stuff like that. And I may fall back asleep because I was up late, having fun on YouTube. And I wouldn't want to have a nightmare.
What kind of dramas did you get into last night on the YouTube streets, Mr. Beasley?
Well, it was a drama, but it turned into drama. And Envy is just a goofball. He just can't help himself. He's just a goofball. And he always finds a way to challenge me on some testosterone shit. And he's just not as quick, not as smart, not as witty. He just is overmatched when it comes to me. Most are. Yeah, I just pointed out the fact that it always gets around to MU, and I just pointed out the fact that he brags about that he bagged a prize when he flew her out and had relations with her, but she's had relations with at least 30 dudes on YouTube, and she's had sex with a dog that she confirmed. So every time he says that and brings her up, I'm like, you're once removed from you're basically a dog fucker, dude. Can I talk just plain?
You can talk just plain, Mr. Beasley.
Okay. I don't want to offend you. I know I don't want to offend you, but I'm like, she sucked a dog's dick, and if you ask me, you kissed her and love on her and everything, you sucked a dog's dick. It's not that much of a difference to me. You may as well just suck the dog's dick. And he doesn't. Why do you keep saying that? Because it's true. And then he'll manufacture a lie or something like that. But he tries to pop like he's superior and try to crack jokes on me and everything. And he does it out of the blue. He's just really a bitch ass nigga. But I still engage him because I like chopping him to pieces like that. But that's basically what I did.
Like I don't know Envy that well. I've only spoken to him I think once, and it wasn't a whole lot. It was on Women's Panel, so I don't know him that well.
Whose panel?
Lemons.
Oh, Lady Tangerine.
Yeah, I was over there being the person who tells the numbers, basically the correspondence lady. I did that for Jay Dizzle because she needed somebody to be able to look at both lives and she couldn't do it. So I was up there being, the correspondence lady. and help it out when I can. And I think that's the only conversation that I've semi had with Mr. Envy, but I've not really had any conversations with him.
Yeah, I've had a number of conversations, and he's actually cool for a moment, but then just something just fizzes out in him, and he decides to take shots, little slick shots, and then laughs and whatever. I pity him. I feel sorry for him when he does it. I get him every single time.
I know I've heard about the situation with him and MNU and some of the things that's happened with that, because I you know, it was a thing that went around for a little while.
Right, you
but
followed the storyline, right?
Yeah. But I don't know like all of it, because it came up again, I think, when Miss Tracy and Miss MU were fighting. And I think that's where I heard it from. Well, that was back when they used to be friends, and then they got into that whole
I think this happened. I think this all happened before they fell out. Or before Tracy went on the cruise and cheated MU out of a couple $1,000s for, you know, sponging off of her and not paying the money back. She had no intention of paying it back. She was gonna, she's really a piece of shit for doing that. Cool.
I think that's where I heard about the MV situation, though, was after their fallout. You know, and then the Kimmy situation and all that. Like, when all that whole fight thing went down, and Benz and all that, that's when I heard about MV. I'd never heard about him before then, though.
Yeah, he's from the Mo3 sector.
Oh, and Shakim. That's another way I know MV is, because wasn't he supposed to be Shakim's manager?
Yeah, I think that lasted for about 4 days, 5 days.
That's the only way I've heard about him before.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wish I never met him. I mean, you would think we would get along, you know. You'd think we'd get along, but I never. Other than that, it's Monday. I've had, you know, in doing intense physical therapy with the physical therapist and the occupational therapist, and they had me so sore that I could hardly move. It's not as sore today, but it's still sore. This is after 2 days. You have the weekends off, but I'm just dreading having to go back and do it again today. And they make you do it. So you got to do it.
I know all about that when my son was little, because, you know, he has cerebral palsy, right? And he has a mild form of it, but we still had to do that for years, which since he's had his surgery, he got released from physical therapy, right? But before his surgery, all the way up until he was like 8, I think it was 8, 9, or 10, he was like somewhere in that area is when they told him he didn't need to come back. We had to do physical therapy with him, and he hated it. And I would have to do stretches at home, and he hated it.
Yes. No, they do it. They do it. They do it, and they find a way to exercise every muscle. Your trapezius, your this, your that. Yeah, so everything hurts. And then when you go in there and tell them, you know, hey guys, I'm here, but I'm really sore. You know, you guys have done a good job. They said, okay, don't worry, we'll take it easy today. And you start off easy, then before you know it, you're doing hard shit again. And when I say hard stuff, it doesn't look that hard. Just putting the ankle weights on and lifting and doing your calf muscles and then doing your thigh muscles, that shit is they are so sore after getting the treatment, the therapy. Well, at any rate, so I'm happy to do it though, because it's gonna you know, you're toning muscles that you probably haven't used that much. You know, I sit behind a desk, and I sat behind a desk for years. You're toning muscles, and you know, it's actually a good thing.
It really is, and it helps you in the long run. It may be hard at first, but eventually those same muscles won't hurt anymore, and you'll move on to new muscles. That's usually the way it goes with him. Like, my son would be so sore after therapy that most of the time I would have to, like, soak him in warm water and stuff, because that actually helps. You could also ask them, Mr. Beasley, if you could do water therapy occasionally. They have it in most places, and it's less stressful on the back and the knees and the legs. He also did equine therapy, which is really cool for kids. He rode the horsies and stuff. He had fun doing that. But yeah, water therapy is a good thing if you have knee problems, back problems, but you want to be able to move around better. So like that's just, the news you can use for anybody who has physical disabilities. Water therapy is also an option. It's less stressful on your body. But Mr. Beasley, I hope that you do well with your therapy today and have fun with it and don't hurt too much.
No, no. Well, I don't punk out. Once we get started doing, I go for it. So that's another reason why I'm sore. Because it's little light exercises, but you're doing so many of them, You're doing so many of them. You're doing like 3 sets of 20. And it has its effect. Oh God, just lifting my legs up hurt.
I don't know if you know this. I don't know if a place around you, and they possibly do sell it at a lot of these head shops and places like that. They have this roll-on cream that's made out of CBD, and it's really good for the joints, and it like helps with the pain a lot. Like if you have bone pain and you have like muscle cramps and muscle pain, there was this one that I specifically got. I've never found a cream that works so well in my life. I have used any kind of icy hot you can think of. Lidocaine doesn't work, right? But I got this from the smoke shop near me, and it works great.
The reason why I'm doing this is because of bone pain in my ankle. I had a fractured ankle, and I never went to the doctor. So there's been bone fragments floating around, and they've removed them, and it's still hurting and swelled up again. And so they put pins in it and like holding my ankle together. I really must have damaged it pretty bad. So in period of inactivity, they're making me use all these muscles again. And I couldn't do anything because I couldn't really move around on it. I was even using a cane. I still use the cane right now, just to keep the pressure off the ankle. Yeah, don't feel sorry for me though. I'm gonna
No,
be a
because you're
better
gonna
person
get
because of
past
this.
it. I know you're
Right.
strong enough to get past it.
Yeah, but I'm not a young dude.
That is
I'll
true.
be I'll be 62 next month. I don't look it in my face. I don't think. No, I don't look it in my face. Oh, I'm just waking up. I look horrible. Good grief.
You're like, no, don't show that.
Yeah, good grief. No, and I lost all my suntan, my Las Vegas tan. But I
You
got
lost
some
your.
bronzer. Yeah, I had a nice tan. I had a nice tan where you could tell that I'm black, and I was experiencing racial discrimination. I didn't like it. Not at all. It still exists. And other than that, you have a real nice day. It's nice to chit chat with you.
You have a great day, Mr. Beasley, and I hope everything goes well for you today.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody in the chat.
I was going to show y'all that cream that I was just talking about. I just searched it up so that others could see what I'm talking about when I talk about this cream. This is the cream that I was talking about. This right here. It's called Just CBD. It's relief cream. I'm going to tell you something. This stuff right here, it's like $30-something. And you can get it from their website. It's called Just CBD Relief Cream. It's plant powered and whatnot. That stuff is absolutely amazing. I have never. My dad has bone on bone knee pain, right? He has where he has bursitis in his knees, and the only reason he won't have the surgery is because he also has a heart condition. And so therefore, with his heart condition, it's hard for him to go under the knife, right? Oh, she didn't do her get ready with me live this morning? Oh my goodness. I hope she's okay with everything going on with the car. Maybe she's dealing with that. But that cream right there, if you have any knee pain, back pain, ankle pain, whatever is going on, I promise you it will work. It helps my dad with his knee stuff. It's amazing. I don't normally get behind a product like that, but that product I will get behind. The Just CBD Relief Cream, I have the 500 milligram CBD, and I'm gonna tell you something. We paid like $40 for a tub of it, but it was so amazing. The local place stopped giving us that one, so now they stopped having that one. So now we tried this one called Green Roads CBD muscle and joint roll on. It's okay. It's 750 milligrams. It's okay, but I still say that Just CBD is the best. You can also use it for your animals, like on their, if they have joint or knee pain or back pain. It's a topical cream, right? So it works for that too. So, those with the babies out there, that's just to let you know it's just a topical cream, but I promise it works wonders. You would not believe how amazing it works. But yeah, I wonder why Ness didn't go live this morning. I didn't see her do her morning get ready with me. Jay Dunn, I didn't see her go live either. And I'm like, why? Do your thing, girl. I guess she is still worried about her car. My thing is, I said earlier today, I don't know if you heard this, Jay Dunn, because I know you weren't in here. I hope she filed a police report where she could possibly put it on her insurance, because if she has full coverage, she could get that covered by her insurance. But yeah, I'm gonna screen share what I found about the Florida case right quick, and show you. This is the newest update on Court TV, where they showed, that they're going to jury selection and whatnot on October the 14th. If I hear anything more, she faces a minimum of 22.5 years in potential prison time, or a life sentence. She's been charged with, she did reject the plea officer that would have sent her to a minimum of 15 years for manslaughter. And now she should have took that plea deal, in my opinion, because yeah, they got a lot of evidence against her. But she is charged with second-degree murder for the death of George Torres Jr. Or Jorge, I think that's George though. George Torres Jr. And so that was February 2020. She the one that's had her Boone is represented by a trial by James Owens, her ninth attorney in this case, who volunteered to step in as her lawyer after Judge Michael Kranick ruled she had forfeited her right to an attorney. That ruling followed 8 other attorneys withdrawing from the case, citing Boone's behavior as an issue. Boone has been vocal about her own defense, writing a number of letters to the judge and even creating an advertisement for a lawyer that eventually caught Owens' attention. Owens has filed an intent to use the battered spouse syndrome as a defense in the case, citing years of domestic abuse and arrest in Boone and Torres' relationship. On October 7th, Boone rejected the plea offer from prosecutors that would have set her up, would have sent her to prison for 15 years, pleading guilty to manslaughter. If found guilty, she faces a minimum of 22.5 years in prison and potential life sentence. Now, whether she's going to get off on this, I don't know. But that's what's going on. So they're talking about, hey, Very Carrie, good morning. Good morning, Jess. I use the one without menthol, but I do have one with cooling relief. Right now, I have the one that has the peppermint oil in it. But that one that I just showed y'all, the other one, the CBD, Just CBD, doesn't have menthol in it, I don't believe. I'm not sure. But I know it's freaking amazing. That stuff feels so good on your back. I've tried lidocaine, icy hot, menthol relief, all that other stuff you can think of, and I ain't never found nothing that felt so good on my back beside this Just CBD relief cream. It is amazing. But yeah, so now they're ninth attorney, right? And she does have an attorney, so now we know that where they were saying she was going to represent herself, she actually has an attorney. Let's see if this one lasts. Let's see if this one lasts and everything, whatnot. But they're pushing back jury selection because of the hurricane from today until the 14th. So I was going to cover the trial when it starts happening. I am going to cover that trial, Jay Dunn, because I know that you've been looking at it very, a lot, and a lot of people are actually looking into that trial. So when it does start, I'm going to find out where it's at, and we are going to go over it. I am going to keep y'all updated on the case, even if I'm not streaming the entire trial for the entirety of its, entirety, whatnot. I am going to try to cover most of it as I can. And as things come out, we're going to look more over it. And I will make sure that I give the totality of what happens there. James says it does have lidocaine in it. But I will say that CBD is the best one I have found. I have tried many different others, and with it being bone pain, like icy hot and stuff like that does help for muscle pain, but bone pain a lot of time is harder for like the creams to really do anything. But that stuff works. I put it on my lower back, y'all, and I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is awesome. But it does work. So if you have back pain, use that stuff. But I didn't see Nesco live neither, and I will say that I'm wondering why she didn't. What happened with her car? Is she gonna tell us is the car okay? What's going on there? Like I don't know what's going on with her car. But we were talking about like the hurricanes are supposed to hit Florida. If you're in Florida, please make sure you pay attention to your weather, because this may be a Cat 4. Make sure you get prepared beforehand, have your water on hand. Always keep water for any emergency, stuff like that. Miss Mitri, I will say that cream, my dad, he has no cartilage in his knee. So it's bone on bone, right? And he can't have the surgery because of his heart condition, right? So he's literally got bursitis and everything in his knees. It's bone on bone. And he said that's the only thing that ever made his knees feel better, Miss Mitri. So it's called, I'll repeat it again so you can look it up. It's called Just CBD Relief Cream. Just CBD. It's unscented, so you don't have to worry about that. My hubby has sensitive skin to like certain like smells and things like that. It did not affect him, did not make him break out. He's very sensitive about things like that. But it's called Just CBD Relief Cream, and it's 500 milligrams of CBD in the total jar. And I'm going to tell you something. You ain't never trying to, when you come back, Miss Mitchell, you got to tell me how it worked for you, because I'm going to tell you something. He said that's the only relief he got, because like it was so bad. And I have a really bad back myself, and it works so good. It's one of the best creams I think I've ever found in my entire life. And you can let me know when you come back how good it did your back and your knees. You know what I'm saying? I want to know for other people. Like, I'm spreading the word on that because I use it and I know it's good, and I want to help others. So yeah. Oh, and also Jay Dunn, Mitri, and DC Kool-Aid always on Saturdays do their Big Brother review. Okay, so y'all can keep a lookout on that. Then we have Miss Tracy World is doing her sweet potato challenge. And y'all can check out on her channel when she's going to do that and everything else, and her time. I've already said it once in this live. And then we have Miss Nika's having her Halloween challenge on the 25th, and Miss Lolo's having hers on the 26th. I don't know if anybody else. You can get it at most smoke shops. You can get it online. They have a website. Let me see if I can actually get their website name, because you can actually get it cheaper from their website. and I'll post it in the chat right quick. Let me look, see if I can find actually their website, because you can actually get it from their website cheaper than you can anywhere. So I'm going to grab their link right quick, and I'm going to put it in the chat so that you can easily click on it, because it's actually cheaper on their site than it is like at any smoke shop and stuff like, because most of the time they mark it up at the smoke shops. But yeah, you can get it in 8 ounces for 1,000 original menthol, 4 ounces for 500 milligrams, which is the one that I got. They have with menthol, they have it without. They have an 8 ounce with 1,000 milligrams. So I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty good. It tells you what's in the cream, so you'll know. But this stuff works really great. It's, you know, it's $39.99 for the 8 ounces and $29.99 for the 4 ounce. The 4 ounce is actually pretty big. I actually have one sitting right in front of me right now. And it lasts for a while because you don't need much of it to do the thing. You just take about, you know, what you would do with any other cream, like a little bit on your hand and rub it in, right? And it lasts for a while. So I paid $39.99 for the 4 ounce at my place, and you see that it's $29.99. So I did pay more at my local smoke shop. Hey, y'all going to HE Double Hockey Sticks? Yeah, I'm from the Tupelo area, and I know where Canton, Mississippi is. But yeah, I wanted y'all to make sure y'all knew about that, because I'm gonna tell you, ooh, when y'all let me know how it does, y'all, I swear I ain't never. My dad said it's like a miracle cream. My fiance hurt his leg, and he said it was the only thing that gave him relief. I'm gonna tell you something. The reason I found about it, let me tell y'all what had happened. I had a cousin that worked at the smoke shop, right? And I came in and I asked her, he had hurt his leg. And I asked her, I said, y'all have any creams with CBD in it? I would like to try it and see how it works. And she pointed me to that cream. She said her boyfriend at the time, or a friend of hers, had like some kind of injury from sports. And she said he used that and it was so amazing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. I gave it a try, y'all. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So y'all let me know when y'all get it, how it works for you. And if it works as good as it did for me, I pray it works that good for you. It is amazing. And, you know, maybe one day they'll sponsor me and give me some free product. Just kidding, y'all. But yeah, it is. I can't speak praises enough for it, because once you've tried something, y'all know what I'm saying. Like, you've tried every cream on the market. You've tried everything you can to make your back feel better, to make your knees feel better, to make your ankle feel better, what's going on, and you actually find something that works. You want to spread it to other people. You want other people to feel the same relief you just felt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I feel about it. But I hope that it works good for y'all as it did for me, because it worked great for me, y'all. I ain't never found a cream that worked that good. I was like, what? Why don't they tell more people about this stuff, y'all? But yeah, I'm looking to see who's live right now. I see King Roman is live right now, the Good Putty Cat, Jackie O the Baddest, the Most Hated Blogger, 10 Toes Down TV, Cam the Trucker, Come to Court with Treesus. So Treesus is live in the T sector. C-Val, Madam O, and Squirrel Tribe. I don't know. You know, I'm subscribed to so many people, but those are the ones that are live right now. So in the beef sector, we have King Roman that's live. In the Mo 3 sector, we have Good Putty Cat, Jackie O, the Most Hated Blogger. T sector, we have Come to Court with Treesus. Miss Treesus is live. I'm gonna re-up that and make sure that I'm not missing. And Miss Tracy's World will have her sweet potato challenge on the 10th. Or she's talking about it. She's got a scheduled live for the 10th at 3 p.m. That may be exactly when the live is. But that's who I see right now who is live in the sector. Is anybody else in the chat gonna go live soon? Because y'all know I love to share. I love to share our people. But that's who's live right now in the sector. I'm going to go over there and see, make sure I didn't miss nobody. Also, Duchess Kelly Love did a video 12 minutes ago. Scrolling down to make sure I didn't miss anybody. You know, I got to make sure, because sometimes if I don't say that you're live when you're live, it's because that YouTube has not updated. Please charge it to that, not me, because I'm always trying to make sure I give everybody the live or whatnot. But I like to spread awareness about things when I find out something. So if I find out something else, y'all know I'm gonna let y'all know. And we were gonna do Mod Monday today, or Mystery Monday. I did have some mysteries pulled up, but we got to talking and talking about scary movies, and sometimes that'll happen. Because I was gonna talk about the Oakville Blobs. But we'll talk about that next Monday. I got some mysteries pulled up for Mystery Monday next week. And if any moderators want to do that show with me, I am going to put a post on my community wall. I would love for not only for the people to get to know us as mods when you're not a content creator, I want you to have a voice. I want you to be able to say the things that you have been through. And, I would love to do that with the moderators. Whether it be considered an interview or not, that's up to y'all. I want it to be a conversation with mods. You know what I'm saying? And for us to be able to talk about the situations, what we go through as moderators. And then we could also have one where, sometimes subbies might want to talk about what they go through as being a messy subby. You never know. But y'all have a blessed and amazing day. Thank y'all all for being here. I want to thank you to everybody who showed me support, everybody who's ever cashed at me, anybody who has ever liked this video, Replay Gang, everybody. I'm very appreciative of everybody, and subbies and mods and content creators alike. I just want to thank you all. That's just the type of person I am. I'm very appreciative of everything. Thank you, Miss Coffee, for moderating today, beautiful. And thank you to every moderator and every person for being here. Y'all have a blessed one. Bye.
I'm from the TUBELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUBELO. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go from the TUBELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUBELO. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction, this was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding, come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Adder Street.